You're listening to the Barbell Voodoo Podcast with your host, Jacob Basic. This podcast is brought to you by Paleo Works, locally owned meal prep kitchen with a passion for paleo. They want to make it easy for you to reach your nutritional goals and to stay on track. They offer heat and eat paleo meals, athlete recovery meals, and bulk macro items. Their meals feature 100% grass-fed beef and all-natural hormone and free-range chicken and pork. Pickup locations all over Middle Tennessee, as well as some delivery options for a small fee. Paleo Works wants to make the nutrition the easiest part of your day. This podcast is also brought to you by NutriShop Franklin. Swing by NutriShop Franklin for free in-body scans, free samples, and unrivaled customer service. And when you do, tell them you heard about it from Jacob on the Barbell Voodoo Podcast. But hey, no worries. If you don't live in Franklin, you can check them out in Murfreesboro or Knoxville. Today's podcast is brought to you by Float Alchemy. Float Alchemy has modern, natural, and effective tools for fast recovery, more flexibility, and focus. We offer flotation therapy, cryotherapy, Normatec recovery, infrared saunas, and more in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. For Barbell Voodoo listeners, we're offering a one-time special price on our CrossFit Recovery Pack. Normally, that's $162. You get one 60-minute float, one whole-body cryo session, a 40-minute sweat in our infrared sauna, and 30 minutes of Normatec leg recovery system for only $100. Go to floatalchemy.com/barbellvoodoo to purchase your CrossFit Recovery Pack and use the code VOODOO at checkout to get $62 off the regular price. They also have Kombucha Taproom. Try their painkiller. The kombucha is packed with anti-inflammatories, including fermented ginger, turmeric, and willow bark, as well as hemp CBD. It is the perfect recovery drink to hydrate and heal from the inside. As always, thanks again for tuning into this podcast. Please make sure you subscribe, leave us a 5-star review, leave us a comment, let us know you're out there and digging what we're doing. We are so thankful that you are listening and a part of what's going on here. As always, check out Barbell Voodoo private label. We'd love to be a part of anything you have going on. In the meantime, enjoy the podcast.
Hey, this is Rich Froning. You're listening to Barbell Voodoo Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
150 wall balls.
I do, that was a drop-in workout one time when I was in Kentucky at a place. And I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Also, PR'd about 2 minutes.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm terrible at wall balls.
You know, like, because when you go somewhere new, you got to kind of
you gotta, like, show
out
off.
a bit.
Yeah, like, look at how cool I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I did that. That spiked it. Man, got to remember not to do that. All right.
Okay.
Feeling okay?
Yep. I'm good.
Got the water?
Yeah, I got my water. Got my stress-reducing water.
Is that really work?
I don't know. My son was like, let's buy these, so we bought them.
I thought it was one of those, like, downy things with the beads in it. The downy beads thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit concerned, but I thought maybe you were just reminding yourself to do the load of laundry
I usually
when you get
just
home.
have, like, my big jug right here.
Yeah.
But it's...
Do you do, like, a gallon a day? Like, you have the gallon jug you try to... Yeah.
Yep, my NutriShop one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I definitely get it in. Like, usually, like, 1.5 a day.
1.5?
Yeah.
That's a lot of ounces.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well.
Keeps your skin nice.
Does it? Is that the deal?
I think so.
I don't know.
I think so. I think it helps.
Like, moist?
Yeah.
Like, not
keep
dry?
Keep you from, like, drying out.
Like in the winter?
Being like, old and dried out.
Right.
Stay hydrated.
So stop smoking and drink a lot of water.
Yes.
Skin will look fabulous.
Yes.
Huh.
Or better.
Sounds good.
Yep.
I'm great with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Barbell Voodoo podcast. This is number 56 in the house. We are out here in CrossFit Murfreesboro, in the borough, and we are sitting down here with Brandi Salt O'Banion.
Hello.
In the house.
It's me.
She is a super mom, a nutrition coach, a CrossFit Level 1 certified, and CrossFit weightlifting person, along with a master barber. Is there anything you can't do in life?
Plenty. There's plenty that I can't do. But I'm working on it. I'm working on perfecting everything.
I feel like you got it all.
Yeah.
You're the utility player.
Yeah. My husband says I am a collector of certifications.
Sure.
So I'm certifiable.
Are there other ones we need to know about that are important?
No.
Important.
None that are important.
Okay.
Not right now, anyway.
All right. Cool. So you have a husband and you have 2 kids.
I do.
A daughter and a son. I tried for the second one to be my son. It didn't work out. All my fault.
No, 2 daughters.
Yeah, I have 2 girls. Yeah. So I did all the things that all the wives' tales we tried. Didn't work out. Didn't work out.
No. Well.
I only have me to blame.
Oh, no. That's how God wanted it.
That's right. Which is great. I couldn't ask for anything better. Well, so we're sitting out here today to talk about, as we always do, we like to hear people's story about kind of how they got to where they are. You are, as far as I can tell, doing everything you can to help people get engaged into CrossFit, into fitness and nutrition, and really starting a new life, a new you, and a fresh start with people. And
I think so.
How did you, what kind of sparked you into this whole thing of yours?
I don't know, really.
It's a real short podcast, and we'll see you guys next week.
It was a love story, basically. I just fell in love with CrossFit. I was never physically active, my whole life. I never played team sports. I would forge notes to get out of gym class. It just wasn't ever.
Really?
It wasn't for me. I just never. I was never into it.
You're telling me there's hope. My oldest was mad. She's in 7th grade, and she was like, I do not want to start 7th grade.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, well, why? Why are you worried about it? You have lots of friends in school. You enjoy school. And she said, because it's on the 2nd floor, and I have to walk up the stairs.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
That gives me such hope. Because all the time she's like, I'm not sweating.
Yeah, put a kettlebell in her hand for that first time. I don't know. It was something empowering, picking up something heavy and intimidating, and just being able to throw it. And I don't know. It didn't seem like a workout from the beginning. I mean, now they feel like workouts because obviously I've stepped it up, and I have different kinds of goals that I want to reach in CrossFit now than when it was a beginning for me. But
so were you doing athletic things before CrossFit?
I would drop into the Y.
Yeah.
It was because they had childcare.
Yeah, that's
and
a big,
I could have 90 minutes to 2 hours to myself.
So how old were your kids at that point? When you started?
See, Cannon was 3.
Okay.
And Sarah Mason was 5. Okay. And the coach at CrossFit Nolensville would carry Cannon around so that I could get a workout. So I'll always be indebted to that because I think that's a big obstacle for stay-at-home moms and women in general. Does that place have childcare and the quality of kind of the workout that they get? Yeah. And now I'll carry babies around. That's part of the best
I tried to when moms would show up. I would be like, I'm glad to not work out today. If you just need to let me have that baby. We've had moms at various boxes I've been to that have just strap their kids in and just be like, if it gets bad enough, I'll stop and go over there. Because some of them are set up for them and some are not. There was a lady that was on our podcast a couple of weeks ago or last month that was talking about how sometimes she shows up. She has even one kid that's a special needs kid, and so she'll have some times where she'll get all the way into the box with all 3 kids, and then just go, nope, It's not happening today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's such a struggle. And then I've heard so many stories of moms who just go, it's not even worth it. Like, I don't even want to try. I don't, you know, and some that even feel selfish to even try to take the
and
time.
those are the ones that need it the most.
Yeah.
The ones that will be overwhelmed by that, you know, the kind of like the suffocation of not being able to do something for yourself because of the commitments of motherhood that give you. And I think that's one of the things that I discovered with CrossFit was that I could have something for myself. Being a stay-at-home mom, and I was at home with the kids, and they were basically my world. And then I got into the CrossFit community, and there was other people there just like me, and I could go and have adult time for that hour and get a workout in, and it was so much more than just getting in and burning calories. It turned into it's the CrossFit lifestyle, I guess. So when I see other women saying, "Oh, I just have to get going," I don't know how to get started. To me, that's a challenge to me. I'm like, well, you need to come and try CrossFit.
Yeah.
You need to, because it has so many different aspects to it other than just, we're lifting weights and putting muscle on. So, yeah.
Have you ever run across people that don't want to get bulky?
All the time.
So they don't do CrossFit?
Yeah.
What do you think about stuff like that? Do you have a comeback for that, or?
Well, yeah, I'm like, I do want to get bulky.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it for 4 years, so you're good.
Yeah.
You're good, because we're, obviously everybody has different goals, but you're not going to get bulky. You're going to get lean. You're going to get tone.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to keep up with your kids. You're going to not have to. You're not going to have to take that nap at 3:00. Hopefully, or if something bad happens.
I don't know. I feel like that's unrealistic expectations. Like I really want that.
You
nap
want that?
at
We
like
do
2 or 3 o'clock.
But you'll have more energy to kind of push through that if you have to. But And one of the things that I always tell people, and I think about, if something were to happen with my kids and I'm out, before I started this, would I be able to react in an emergency situation? Would I be able to pick up that child and run, I don't know, a mile, 2 miles, maybe more to the car to get them somewhere safely? And before, no. Now, yes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the good empowerment things.
Yeah, there is a certain amount of empowerment in it, isn't there? Yeah. I was in Florida at a box, and we were doing sled pulls, like with a rope. And the guy that was coaching was like, imagine that your kids are on a raft and it's on fire and you're trying to pull them to you. And I was like, I can't do it. Like, those are weights, and I'm tired, and the sun is hot. Like, I just can't get there mentally. But if I had to, I think I could do it.
Now, if it were truly my children, they'd be here right now.
I was like, I'm hallucinating, not imagining right now. That's my problem.
Yeah. So, it's that functional fitness aspect of it that it translates into everything outside of the gym, And
So where have you found that to come in handy besides the empowerment? Have there been things in your life that you've experienced that you're like, oh, thank you, CrossFit?
Oh, God, yeah, sure. I think the most recent is, sadly, like out of injury, injuring myself. But then my rate of recovery and my comeback was so much faster because my body was strong, and I knew, what I was capable of, and how to gauge it on my recovery and to come back. But a lot of people that would have like a back injury, like I did, it would take a year, maybe more.
So what kind of back injury did you
never.
have?
I herniated a disc, my L5 and S1.
When was that?
December of last year. Yeah.
I mean, it's still fresh. Like, it's not even a year.
Yeah, no, but I don't have any problems really.
Zero.
Like every now and then I'll push too hard and then I have to back off. But,
is that when your form gets a little bit out or something, or?
It's usually from too much and not taking a rest day, because I have a tendency to
overuse.
Yeah. And that's how the initial injury began, just by trying to do too much. I was searching. I was doing the powerlifting and CrossFit and this and that. You know, I was
how
just
often were you
constantly
training?
I was doing 2-a-days, probably.
Like every day?
Every day.
So 14 workouts a week?
Pretty much,
Ish.
yeah.
Yeah, that seems
it was
sustainable.
Stupid. It was. I was going through stuff. Clearly.
Yeah, because I mean, and
my therapy is working out now.
Right.
It translates. You know, it's
sweat therapy.
It changed from, you know, drinking or eating or, you know, whatever other vices that I had before I started working out into working out. So, not to say that it's an addiction, but it's an addiction, I guess.
Yeah. So do you have an addictive personality, would you say?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
Is that part of your story, like in the past? Or is that something that's kind of been just...
I guess it could be. I mean, that's going way back.
Yeah. And you're not that old.
I think,
come on.
That's right. No, I think that I dealt with things in different ways before.
Absolutely.
Before I did. I didn't have, I didn't know what my limits were. And even now, I don't know what my limits are with working out sometimes, but it's a lot healthier way to deal with things in the gym than, you know.
Sure.
With, I don't know.
Until you're doing 14 workouts a week.
Well, lesson learned. Lesson learned. But, I don't know.
Did you start at CrossFit Nolensville?
I did. Okay. I did. And I was there good 3 years. I've been over here in Murfreesboro. We just hit my year anniversary here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
they had a coaches development program here.
So I'm trying to remember back. I feel like CrossFit Nolensville just celebrated an anniversary.
They're 5 years now.
5 years. So you were a year after they opened.
Mm-hmm.
You started there.
Yes.
Caught the bug.
Yes.
And then at what point did you go get your L1?
So I've been coaching for a little over a year and a half now.
And why'd you do that?
It was just something like, and when I thought about getting my L1, it wasn't really necessarily to start coaching. Mm-hmm. I just felt like there was more that I needed to know about it, that I wanted to know.
So you did it for funsies.
I did. I was like, I think I want to get my L1.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, well, that could be your Christmas present. Or I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go. And
I'll take it.
I drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Did
you go to Mayhem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. James Hobart was one of my trainers there. And it was a great experience. I think everybody who CrossFit should go get their L1.
Yeah.
I mean, I joke around and I say it's like your indoctrination. But... But
seriously.
But seriously, do it. Just do it. But when I came back and he let me coach a couple classes and some like new women came in and I got to just kind of start working with them and like watching them get stronger with their pull-ups and banded pull-ups. And, you know, when somebody gets their first box jump, or I can't, I go through the roof. I just freak out because they get so excited and I get excited and I know what that feels like because I remember my first box jumps and I remember when I got to get off the trainer bar and, you know, when I started my thrusters at 55 and just the progress is so measurable with CrossFit that there's always something to look forward to, and there's always something to work for, and there's a win in every workout.
And the first time you busted your shin open on those boxes?
I've only done a little scrape on them.
Really?
I've been good. I'm good to fly over them. I usually just kind of like, I'll like land on my face before I'll land on my
That's fantastic.
My shin.
I've busted up both legs.
Yeah.
At different times.
Yeah. A lot of people do that.
Yeah. The second time was completely because I was working out the wrong people.
I always hit my nose with a bar. That's the under part of my nose.
Well, you're keeping it close, right?
Will randomly have a nice bruise there.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, it's not funny.
It so is.
It sucks.
There was one day I smashed my forehead against the bar doing a snatch, and I have no idea what had happened, but the coach at the time said, "What was that noise?" It was audible because the bar literally shook. You know, like when you get a good clean or a snatch, and you have that moment of weightlessness, and there's that little noise that happens with the bar.
Yes.
That also is a similar noise to when it smacks you in the forehead and the bar goes weightless for a second.
You could just pretend that's what it was.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know what I did. Like, I can't even play it back. I don't even know in my head. There's
a lot of things that can go wrong. Mary and I, we have our phrase here, and it's just, well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
It's sometimes things are just stupid.
All that can explain it. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even know what that was.
At least it's fun.
It is fun.
CrossFit is fun.
And it's therapy, and it's a whole lifestyle you adopt. I mean, everything changes when you start drinking the Kool-Aid more and more.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you liked it so much, after a year and a half or so, you went back to Mayhem to do the weightlifting seminar, right?
Yes.
So what is that like? I've had so many people and friends that have done it.
I want to get better.
Is that a deficiency for you, weightlifting, or
no?
Because you did powerlifting before, right?
Yeah, but that was just kind of like,
yeah,
it's totally different.
Yeah,
totally different. I think everybody wants to have that good-looking snatch and clean, and not have early arm bend. But, these are things I'm working on.
This week I was going to coach a class in Mount Juliet, and the classes in Mount Juliet were doing this little snatch ladder at the end of their workout, and I was just sitting there waiting for my class to start, and I was like itchy. I was like, can I just jump into this snatch with you? Like, I just love it. I think it's an elegant, beautiful weightlifting move
when it's done right.
Yeah, not incredibly like the most functional weightlifting move, but like it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, and it's fun because it's so technical. But anyways, that's my love affair.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went to Mayhem, and Coach Bergner.
Yeah.
Mike Bergner was the one running the class, and I guess he only does like 2 a year now.
Yeah, it's not very many anymore.
Amazing. They're just little things that he put in there that just sage advice, plus his personality is just like so funny.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he gave if I could raise my kids again, I would have them in martial arts, and because the world is tough and they're going to need to know how to fight, and just little things like that went in there with the hook grip and keep the bar close and all kinds of things like that. So I do the Bergner warm up every day. Absolutely every day, because he says that's what you should do, and I'm not gonna fight with him. He's kind of scary.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do it. I have it written on the board in here, and I try to make everybody else do it. But not everybody listens to what I say all the time.
No, everyone listens to their coach to the T and does exactly what they say
all the time.
All the time. With perfection.
They think a half Bergner's enough. I'm just going to do this. But I do it.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
It's there to help and there to keep you going.
Yeah. And with that, I learned, and I am learning. I shadow our weightlifting coach, Leslie Marshall here, a lot.
So you have a separate weightlifting class?
Yes, we
here?
have a specialty class. We've got several specialty classes, but Leslie and I do the weightlifting. And just being able to watch somebody's lift and kind of see where it's going wrong, and then figuring out drills for them to do to fix it, and then watching them fix that. It's like a success for myself almost. I get just as excited. It's like that box jump again. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you got it, and just watching somebody get it,
getting more excited than they are.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I'm like, definitely. Yeah, I think I'm way more invested in people's lifts than they are sometimes.
Absolutely.
I'm like,
absolutely.
And it's fun. It's just like the next level. It's like, okay, what else? What else is there in this awesome sport or workout, whatever, however somebody wants to see it, CrossFit.
It's life.
Is to do. Yeah.
CrossFit life.
Yes, it's the life.
It's the what's the It's not the chi. It's the what's the centermost thing? And anyways, I was going to be really, really smart there for a second,
okay.
But I can't remember it. And truth be told, I only remember halfway of what I'm talking about just from a movie. So it wasn't even like anything educational.
It was the center of chi.
The center of it's going to drive me crazy the rest of the day. All of a sudden today, I'm going to be driving home and I'm going to scream it out what it is. It's just going to come to me when I'm not thinking.
Yep.
So all those things you're very passionate about, but is your real passion getting people in the door and started with this new lifestyle, like more than anything? Or I feel like you had this passion for, especially ladies, getting them involved in this lifestyle, this new life.
I think that it can. I mean, as women, we have a tendency to be very hard on ourselves and limiting in our own minds of what we can do.
Yeah.
And it's a lie. I mean, you can do anything, and I've proven that to myself. There really aren't any limitations to what we can do. So yeah, it's a big deal for me to get somebody in the door that is intimidated or never would have stepped in here. Like we just have began our ladies functional fitness classes here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock. And
is that AM or PM?
AM.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so it's the
late night party.
It's the stay-at-home moms, or that they're the me's.
Yeah.
That first day that I walked into CrossFit, and it's for those people who think that they're not fit enough for CrossFit.
Yeah.
So it's not titled CrossFit. It's functional fitness, which is we know is CrossFit. But and now, I mean, we have them in, and they're coming, they're showing up, they're seeing progress, and and then at the end of the 6-week boot camp, I'm going to say, guess what? You're doing CrossFit. And, they're going to stay. They're already asking, are you going to continue on past this? So,
just drop the mic and walk out. You've been doing it.
And I think, and I tell them my story that, I've only been doing this for 4 years, and not that I'm any kind of expert at it or anything, but I'm, well into my 40s, and I'm fit, I'm healthy, I can keep up, I can do some amazing things that, a lot of people can't do, and it's all because of CrossFit, and they can do it too. I mean, they can do it too. That's the thing. So
you're talking about your doubts, like things that you learned. What did you doubt about yourself, like coming before CrossFit? What are things that you told yourself that you came to believe as being true that
I think
you
you're
now believe or not?
I could never run a mile, or I could never look like that, or I could never do that, and all these I could nevers. That it's just ridiculous because who told me that I couldn't?
Yeah,
it was just myself telling me that I couldn't. So
were those yours? I could nevers?
Yeah,
the ones you just said.
Yeah. You
never thought you could run a mile?
No, no, I still don't want to run a mile. But I can.
Yeah.
I can do it without stopping now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's CrossFit or just that it was just that time that I was going, to step into something new when I started all of this. But it's continuing to grow into something. So I got to believe that it's led by something greater than myself. And I feel like I'm here to teach what I know, or from my experience, pass it on and maybe change somebody else's life for the better in that way. So you said something that I hear a lot of women say, and guys are the same way, whether we want to believe it or not, but there's a look that women are supposed to look like. So what was the look that you were chasing pre-CrossFit? Oh, well, I had this magazine with Jillian Michaels on the front of it.
Yeah.
And her arms. And I used to say that I wanted my arms to look like her arms did without me having to flex them. Like, just hanging out, like, just sitting here normal. And I wanted my arms to look like hers. So that was, like, that vision. And women will have, like, those magazine pictures, like, either on their refrigerator or on their storyboard or something like that of, like, their physique goal kind of thing. And I think that's what, we wanted to look like. And then it was a couple years later, after the macros, I started tracking the macros because all the CrossFit in the world didn't do what the diet with CrossFit combined did for me. I still have that magazine, and it was like in a pile of stuff, and I'm finally going to throw away that big pile of stuff. And there's that magazine, and I realized that my arms looked like hers on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
On the magazine. And I was like, I did it.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I did it.
Do you think that those goal images turn into another way that we beat ourselves up, though?
Definitely, because if you're not there, if you haven't reached it, then it can be definitely, and if it's taking longer than what you think. A lot of people in the world of instant gratification that we live in now think that, I should do this for like 2-3 months and then I should have that, when realistically, it's a continuing journey, and I don't think we ever really reach our destination because we're going to continue to put greater expectations on ourselves. No matter what.
Right.
Are we ever satisfied? Probably not, but but I think that even before that I realized that I had reached that goal, I was already feeling so much better inside because I had control over things now. I had control over what I was putting in my body or how I was treating my body, and that we have so little control over things in life that essentially the only thing that we do have total control over is what we feed our body and how the limits that we push it to. Yeah. And knowing that and starting to master that is, I think that's worth more than how you look.
Okay.
So I think that it gave me, it's just a benefit that, that I have the physique that I do. I thank God for that. But it's been a lot of work too.
So is it fair to ask how your body has changed besides your arms? Like, are there other things? Like, what did I don't know what you looked like before.
And I wasn't even.
And you're a small human. I'm a large human. We've covered this on the podcast several times. Like, I'm a large human. You're definitely a small human.
Yes.
So like, were you? Like, I don't anticipate you had like a bunch of baby weight that you had from having kids.
No,
but like,
I think it.
Were you? Did you think of yourself being weak? Like, was it?
Yeah, I thought of myself as being like soft.
Okay.
And I didn't have a very good body image of myself. Like, I never would have worn a bikini or anything like that. And so I never.
Would you be willing to say what you thought you looked like?
I thought I looked doughy.
Doughy.
Yeah, like
puffy,
like a Pillsbury, just like yeah, and kind of pear shaped.
Okay,
that's what I thought.
And that was unacceptable.
Well,
and like
for me,
you just wanted to hide it.
I had. From a young age, though, I was always really self-conscious about the way that I looked.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just was. It probably started in my teen years, and I think a lot of women have that.
But you don't know where that would have come from. No one told you at some point you'd look great or...
No, but they say, and I try very hard not to disparage myself or my body in front of my daughter if I say, I feel fat or I look fat or something like that. Because my first memories are of my mom saying things like that. And I don't know if that, she damaged me. No, Mom, you didn't damage me.
Right. But you picked up on things.
I think so. And now, bless their hearts, they have to I actually have a picture on my phone right now of me flexing me taking a picture in my bathroom mirror with my little dude standing next to me. I'm like, okay, and this is their life. So I'm not sure what's better. At least they see it as a positive thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, confidence and positivity as opposed to I'm still not there yet.
Yeah.
You know, and we talked about this, my wife and I, a lot when we were, I guess when the girls were young or when we were thinking about having kids, and being conscious of how we walk past mirrors, or how, little things like that, where do you take a long look and then go, and just keep walking? Like even something subtle like that, like kids pick up on.
Oh, yeah.
And come to define themselves as how they look in a mirror as opposed to who they are, and that's something I know I've struggled with in my life of just going, it doesn't matter who I am because I don't look like that.
How I look.
Yeah. So I think that's awesome. And so now you're changing that. Even if it was before, you've now
it's the empowerment.
It differently.
Yeah, it's that I have some sort of control over it, and I'm not going to say like I'm a control freak or anything like that, but it feels good to feel like that I have the reins on it.
Yeah.
That I own it. And it doesn't own me. I'm not sitting there going, oh, I'm this way, I wish I was this way, another way. I know that if I say I want this, or I want to be this, then I can do it.
Yeah.
CrossFit will do that to you when you're in the middle of, I don't know, Fran or something, and you're like, I just can't do the 9, or I don't want to, I just can't jump up there and get another pull up, and then you do, and you finish at a better time, or even at a worse time. But pushing past that point where you thought that you couldn't and you did that's it. And
those
then
long
you
chippers
learn,
you want to quit.
Yeah, you learn there that you can push past it. And I think I now apply that in everything. And some things take longer than others, and sometimes I don't even realize what I need to change. But when I do, I know that I can. So
because you've experienced what it feels like when things change.
Yes.
And that you found for instance, like food, you're a big macro counter. When you're counseling people on nutrition stuff, you said your first question was, do you count macros?
Yep.
And so you've learned that if you put X, Y, and Z into your body, you get this result. But if you put, A, B, and C in there instead, then the results aren't going to be the same. And you're going to feel different. You're going to think less of yourself. All this mess comes forward.
There's a recipe.
When you're putting stuff in there,
It's a recipe.
And so you can apply that to other areas of your life and to continue your journey and go, okay, so what are the things that I'm missing to go to the next level? And incorporate those and go, oh, and now it feels like this is the way it's supposed to feel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. When you figure it out. So some things take longer.
Yeah, absolutely they do. Yeah. And then sometimes they go backwards, and then you go forward again.
They do. And this is life.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. So you coach all over Middle Tennessee.
Everywhere. I love... Well, I love the ever-growing CrossFit community. Right after I got my L1, I started dropping into different boxes just to get coaching by different coaches, to pick up different cues. Because what I say to one person may not translate. You could turn around and say something to them and they get it. So I've become like a sponge to learn everything in the coaching arena, which it's exciting because I don't think I'll ever stop learning. As far as that goes. But by doing that, I've met some really cool people, from different coaches to box owners to just people in the fitness industry. And if anybody ever needs a sub, if I'm available, I'm all over it because I like it. It's kind of it's my thing. So you
enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you're currently at Free Flow at CrossFit Murfreesboro, and then are you still coaching people out of your house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. That happens at 6 a.m. in the morning, which I never thought I would.
Wow.
Yeah, but because it's in my house and I can just walk out with my coffee, it's good. We've got some ladies coming in, and it's the thing. Like, normally they wouldn't, because the time that they had to work out and where we are in Arrington, there really wasn't anywhere close for them to go to get it in.
Right. Because you got to tack on not only the hour in class, but whatever travel time it takes to get there.
Yeah.
And then in that area, there aren't a ton of roads that don't get congested by the time you're done.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 96.
Yeah.
So you get stuck at that little four-way or something, and then you're just stuck. So I was like, well, I could do this at home. I started out with just a couple black mats in the garage and some kettlebells, and I'm like, well, no one's going to be coming in here, doing snatches first off. We'll kind of like on-ramp them in, and I put it out to my neighborhood, King's Chapel, and we've got a nice little group. We're little garage girls. And,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you commenting on something when I started doing that.
Yeah, because you had all the equipment.
Yeah, I have a lot of things.
So jealous. You have a GHD machine in your garage.
Yeah, you talk about, we talked about addiction to CrossFit, and so when I go into things, I go really into things.
Yeah.
In a bad way. This week I ended up with 2 rowers. I have 2 rowers in my house. Got really good deals, so I just I took them, and I'm trying to sell one so I can get a bike erg instead.
Oh,
but
I know somebody who needs a rower.
Do they have a bike erg?
No, no, they just need a rower.
Yeah, I mean, I can sell it in no time.
We'll talk about that off mic.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I can't help it. But the cool thing is, I have several people who either have wanted to try something and didn't feel safe doing it somewhere. I've had things happen where they couldn't afford the price of CrossFit.
Yep.
Or they just were super, kind of intimidated.
Intimidated.
And so they'll come to my house though, and we'll do a lot of hard CrossFit workouts, with them, and I'll do a few things with them. So we do like a CrossFit night on Monday night. I only have time for 2 nights. And so Monday night we do CrossFit type workout. We don't CrossFit.
No.
But we do CrossFit type functional fitness.
Right.
And then Thursday night we do a strongman workout, which is a blast. And so part of my equipment is getting stuff that my box doesn't have.
Yeah.
So I have in my house. But I like the strongman things are just fun, and people come and do them, and they move things that they didn't believe they ever thought would be possible. I had a friend of mine, a girl that was over there last night, and we were doing this little death by sandbag kind of ladder, and so every minute was
great.
5 sandbags over the shoulder, and you would increase in weight every minute, and try to complete those 5 within a minute. And so boys started at 70, went to 100, 150, and 200 were the weights, and the girls, Kate started at 30-pound wall ball, and then went to the 70, and then she got to the 100, and she was great up until that point, and something happened in her brain where it just shifted off.
Well, yeah, and it was 100 pounds to her.
And she, but she has it. She was strong enough. She had this hip hop that all the guys there were jealous of, and were trying to get it, and she was just knocking it out, and it was beautiful form. And then the 100-pound. And then she was I was like, we're coming back to that when we get done. You're going to do this before we leave because you're going to get it. And she got so close so many times, but I was like, oh, I really wish you got that. You'd been walking tall for a month.
Well, she can try it next week. That's the beauty of it.
But it was incredible. I love seeing people because it's in that garage or it's in.
So it's the same thing.
Setting.
You get that.
Yeah,
just like me.
Someone goes, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it though.
And then we end up doing it.
Yeah, that's what my girls in here are like. Well, I can't. I'm like, oh yeah, you can, and you're going to.
Yeah, you're.
So. You paid money, you're here, and you're doing it. So, and then they try it, and they do it, and they get stronger, and they're doing things that they're like, oh, there's no way, I can't do what you're doing, and then they're doing it, and I'm texting them going, oh my God, you did so awesome today, and it's just good. It's all good.
Well, and it's different when
it's positive.
Yeah, because people see you now, and they don't remember or know the you that was 4 years ago. You know, and they don't. They know that you've been through something, and you've changed, and you've gotten better and stronger, but like you're still unattainable to them, and you're like, no,
it's ridiculous because I'm still that same person really in my head, and I'm like, sometimes I have the self-doubts now too, like well, who am I to be like coaching, or I'm just goofy me, and but I think that I have a way of just encouraging people past that doubt, or at least pushing until they stop thinking it. I don't know. I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let them give up. So.
Yeah. So why do you think that's important to you?
I think it keeps that mentality going in for myself.
Yeah.
I think it's an energy that, I say it. I have other people do it. I'll do it. I don't know. I speak it in. It's just the way that I speak now, even with my children and with myself and the voice in my head. I just try to keep it positive, and I don't know. It's a stronger way than the negative.
Yeah. Like, we don't use the word can't.
Yeah, no. I don't understand that word. I don't understand that can't word.
You might not be able to do it today.
That old word.
I
don't even know what that word is. And it's like, I don't know. They don't belong in CrossFit. So.
Yeah, because it's just not yet.
No.
At most. Or at worst. It's not. It's just not yet.
Or even that. I mean, maybe you're doing it a little bit different than somebody else because of limitations of some sort or something like that.
Yeah.
But you can always try. At least you're going to try.
Absolutely.
You're just not going to sit there.
Yeah. So what do you enjoy about coaching the most? Is it seeing the change in people, or?
Yeah, and I think it's just the coming together. I like the social aspect of it as well. I like the seeing progress in people, because it is so measurable. And the community, I guess, just in getting to meet new people and just being here and being a source for somebody. I know that, like, if somebody needs anything and I'm here in-house, that, I'll do whatever it is that they need. And I know that they know that.
Yeah.
So I'm a helper. I like to be available. I like to be helpful. And I think that's beyond, running the clock in the class or going over movements or teaching something like that. I think that it goes beyond that, just to be who I am and available to all of our athletes that are here or anywhere, really. There's plenty of people that'll reach out to me, or I'll see them asking questions about, where to go or what the gyms. And by going around to all the different places, I can pretty much pair up anybody with the right coach or fitness program that they're looking for. So I'm being helpful in that way.
Yeah.
So it's that. I guess it's just being helpful, being the helpful coach, I guess.
Well, was somebody that for you? And it made a difference?
Yolanda Lilly was awesome that way. Evan and Angela Satterfield. Just when I came here last year, arms wide open, were that for me. Yeah. They were that for me. So, yeah. I've had a few people in my life to be that way.
Yeah. Well, what's funny, I was at a thing that we hosted not long ago about Strong Fit, and we had the North American Strong Fit coach here, and we were doing a clinic, I guess, or an open house of some kind. It wasn't an official Strong Fit clinic. He was just here, and he was going over some of the ideology and movement things that Strong Fit kind of pushes in their programming along with CrossFit. And
I don't know about this Strong Fit.
Oh, you should check it out.
Yeah.
it concentrates on the things that we don't do in CrossFit. And so, like, we concentrate more on, like, external torque chains. And so that's why, predominantly, like, you'll see the top of your six-pack gets more defined than the bottom, because that's part of your external torque chains that we're using way more. And we're fairly just unidirectional in CrossFit.
Okay.
And so we're not as broad as we once were. And so it's kind of bringing some more concepts into how we use our muscles and how we train into CrossFit. And like
something new.
Like Coach Bergner and Julian, the guy that developed this Strong Fit movement, have had some incredible conversations together about just learning from each other and talking. It's just kind of neat. Anyways, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
I want to hear that.
Into.
Right. Next week.
They have some incredible openers you can check out on YouTube, on the YouTubes. But yeah, and so we were hosting that and talking about learning things, and we had some of the other box owners that were in town and some of their coaches that they brought into learn about that. And it's been what was I even talking about? I got so distracted by Strong Fit. I don't even know
I don't know
where I was
I'm thinking
going.
about Strong Fit, and I see it on your hat now, and that's where I am.
This is a throw out in that white hats. Anyways,
hat.
I don't even know where I was going. I was like, I had a point of what you were just talking about, and it had happened at the seminar.
The coach or the person that was that for you is where we were.
I don't know. Totally lost it.
It's gone.
Oh, well. There's editing, which I'm going to leave it in here anyways, because who listens this far into a podcast?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So, okay, you've had specific people that have been your person throughout the year, and now I know why I was there. So at that seminar, I remembered he asked, "So why do you coach?" And he was asking people there, and he gave me a hard time because he knows me well enough. But I said, I want to give people or help people receive what I've received because of CrossFit. Like, it's completely changed my life.
Exactly.
And I want to help people find that too. And he goes, that's the answer everybody gives.
Is it?
And I was like, yeah, that may be, but how many people truly live that out? Like, when it comes down to it, we have so many people that coach CrossFit that will just show up to class, coach CrossFit, and go back to their life or go back to working out or whatever. And so we may have these elite athletes that are in boxes that are coaching because that helps pay for their membership or some kind of trade or whatever that's happening.
Sure.
But they're not really investing in the community unless they're getting paid to program for the people or to be a part of what's going on. It's those people that truly live out, but they would still say the same thing, like, I want to help people change their lives. And they probably genuinely do.
Sure.
But they're not willing to put their life on the line to do it. And one of the things I see from you and things that I've at least gleaned from watching you and creeping on you on social media, which sounded really sketchy. But I don't mean it in a sketchy way, but is that you genuinely do that. Like you will go to different boxes and coach because you'll find those people. You'll open up your house to people because you genuinely want to see people initiate a life change that you've experienced that has completely revolutionized the way you live.
I want to make it available to them. I want, because it's there. It's just right there, and it will. I mean, it does change lives. I mean,
and I don't think everybody does that. Like, I don't think everybody who coaches that would say, I want to see people's lives change. Like, I think they get excited when people do some really cool stuff in their box. But, like, as far as it impacting their life and them wanting to walk alongside someone in their life, that's a completely different deal.
Yeah, no, I think, and I hold on to my athletes, too. It's like I follow and kind of make sure that they're still, if I've coached you, I'm concerned about what you're doing right now. Yeah. I want to know, are you still in it? What's going on? What's your new PR? Do you still have that fever for it? And
And I think that's so important, and I think it reflects in the way that people coach. I think it reflects in the way that you deal with people and communicate and talk with people. And I also think it covers up maybe sometimes any deficiencies we might have because of our level of care,
Yeah.
And so we keep learning. We're not necessarily the elite athletes that are getting sponsorships, that are going, to trying to get into the games, like those incredible guys that just know stuff off the top of their heads. Like we're fighting for every bit of knowledge.
Yep.
And
if I don't know it, I will go and find out.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times I'm learning just as much from the people that I'm coaching than they're learning from me.
Yeah. And that may be a gross generalization, but that's just been a lot of my experience is that. Like we had Donovan Degree on not long ago. He's on the seminar staff for CrossFit, and he consciously made the choice at some point in his life. He's an incredible athlete, like just very, very great elite athlete. Could probably do a little bit of work and get back there today. But he made a very conscious decision earlier on in his life of who he wanted to be going forward. And he said, do I either invest completely in myself and completely become self-absorbed, or can I use what I do to help other people? And he said he would rather help other people. And so he consciously made that choice to deviate from the course that he was going on because he found more value in that. And because of that, he's, no telling how many lives that he's impacted through just his time.
Just the difference, rather than, being like somebody's favorite athlete in the games. Being somebody's favorite cheerleader, Yeah.
And I think it's people like you that just make a huge difference in the CrossFit community. And you can not believe that or not, but you do. Like, people like you make a huge difference, and you go, I don't know if I have a story to tell. I don't even know what I have to say on these things, but you're making probably more impact than most, in my opinion. I like your opinion. I like that opinion. There are so many of us, though. Because I've met some. We're all over the place. Sure.
At least in Middle Tennessee and other states that I've dropped in on. That I'll sit and talk with after class and just kind of get their perspective, kind of like what you're doing with me. And
somebody asked me Wednesday how many CrossFit boxes I've been to this week. And today makes 4 for this week.
See? So we're everywhere.
Yeah. By Sunday it'll be 6.
Some good ones and some bad ones. But no, and most people that I've met that are in this area are just in it for the same reasons as I am. And that's good. I like to surround myself with people like that.
Yes.
I think that's why I've never stepped out of it. I just keep on gathering more people. It's my ever-growing CrossFit family. So, yeah.
And you make it work, and it's important to you. It's worth the sacrifice. Because you're in a totally different realm of sacrifice now. Like, you've moved beyond the, I want to sacrifice time for me as much as, now you're doing me and other people. Yeah. And I'm blessed that I'm able to use this as my job. Yeah. Because my husband does work so hard that it frees me up to have this extra time to kind of grow this. And the kids started in school. Yeah, and the kids are in school. And I was lost for a while. They're I sat in my driveway after I dropped my son off at kindergarten for 2 weeks going, what do I do now? And I never would have thought that all of this would have happened, and I'm looking into meal prep things, and people want me to cook for them now. I'm like, well, how do I do that? And it's just this huge, growing, healthy kind of CrossFit. I don't know, soup I'm making. Well, things you're just growing into, and I think that organic process is a beautiful thing, It's not because you want to make millions and cash out one day. It's I can help people do. I think I can do that. I think it's worth
more than money to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I look in my garage and I go, if this was only for me, like I would be such a selfish miser.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
Yep.
And
I know. I'm like, I bought you guys a rower.
Yeah. I bought a 35-pound kettlebell the other day because like kettlebell and a wall ball is still what I'm lacking, like a smaller weight of, and I was like, oh, I can't wait till the girls see this. Like, I'm so proud of it.
It's like when I bought an air bike, they love that. Oh, they love it.
Yeah. Until they got on it.
No, they never loved it.
Like, I hate this thing.
They never loved it.
Okay.
Not once. They want it to go away.
That's fantastic. So if you're gonna say one thing to the CrossFit community, to people out there listening who may have never done CrossFit but are interested in learning about health and wellness, or people that just know you and they saw that you were on a podcast and they were listening to this, like, what would you tell them to encourage them? What do you tell all the people, ladies, gentlemen, whatever?
Just keep showing up. Just keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have great days. Just make them every day.
Yeah.
You know, don't stop. You can't stop. Just keep growing. Keep learning.
Yeah.
Do more.
I like that. Keep going. That's a good one.
Just keep going. Where would that come? It might be because there's stickers all over everything over here saying that's where it came from. Yeah, just keep going. That's keep original.
Going. Show up.
Brandi. No, yeah, I would just, keep learning. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I mean, and that's my whole thing is keep going, because there's so many times I just want to be like, the hell with it. I'm done.
You stop. It's a feeling like, I think I was on the assault bike in one of the competitions, and I literally was telling myself that I was going to like fake that I passed out and like, and something like bad happened in my brain in the middle of the competition and just fall over and deal with it later, just so that I could stop. I was going to do it. I had to just keep going past that point. I guess when things get really, really hard, you just gotta keep going. That's my thing. Just don't fake a seizure.
No.
Just keep going.
It's not worth it.
It's not. It's not. Just because I felt so much better for finishing.
Yeah. I've been on long bike rides and thought, like, it won't hurt that bad if I fall in front of this car, will it? Like, surely not.
I'm just going to drive into this mailbox.
I know we're at mile 60, but there's 40 more. I could just lay down right now, right?
See, it's that. So that's where your keep going came from.
That's right. All of that is like, just pedal a little further.
I think it translates into every part of your life, and not just in the gym. Just if you just keep working, keep.
And I think that's one of the most important things about CrossFit that I learned is that how seasonal things are, or how temporary. You know, that the problems in life, or the problems at work, or the problems at home are not going to define forever.
No.
They're going to be for right now, and they may be bad for a week or a day or whatever, but if you keep going, you'll get through it.
Yep.
And it'll be okay. And you might be even better on the other end.
Well, that's the goal.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah. Well, I am so glad that you gave me time.
Well, thank you.
Even though you didn't believe that you had anything to say.
I hope it was very interesting.
I think you had wonderful things to say. And I love that you were just an ordinary person who started CrossFit, and it changed your life, and you want to see other people experience a life change in themselves.
Everybody to drink the Kool-Aid. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's so many people that just go, I can't. I can't do that. I'm never going to be that. I give up.
And I think if I just get them in, if I can get you here, then I'm going to make sure that you fall in love with it.
Yeah, and there's plenty of ways. Well, where can people watch you on your journey? Because you're like competing in things all the time now, and like you're hitting the circuit.
Jeez, I don't know.
Going to be in the games in 2020?
Yeah, no. The old lady games.
# Masters?
Yeah. Now I'm at Murfreesboro and at Free Flow, Kings Chapel neighborhood.
They can find you on the IG.
Yep, Be So Mighty.
BSO Mighty? Is that right?
It's Be So Mighty.
Oh.
See?
That's funny.
I know.
I like that.
It's got a ring to it.
Be So Mighty.
I know.
But it's just the letter B, not B-E.
Right.
Yeah.
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 All capitals. Brandy Salt O'Banion.
And if you're in Murfreesboro, come check out CrossFit Murfreesboro. This place is tight.
Yes.
It's
We got a new rig going in. Lots of new equipment.
Oh, man.
Awesome vibe. Great community.
All the mats, everything.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have
awesome.
like 6 Ollie weightlifting platforms, and
Man.
we've got specialty classes.
What kind of specialty classes are there here? There's
We've
weightlifting,
there's
the
weightlifting,
functional
gymnastics.
fitness.
Yeah,
Gymnastics.
there's gymnastics, endurance, and
What are you doing in gymnastics? What is
Haven
that about?
4 is
Yeah.
she's our gymnastics coach.
Because she's a little gymnast.
Yes, she's
And
awesome.
she helps with all the things on the bars.
all the things
that I can't do.
all progressions. Yeah, if you show up and that's Thursday nights at 6:00.
Oh, wow.
You can buy a package to just do our specialty classes.
Oh, cool.
She will put you through progressions and give you drills to learn those muscle ups and those pull ups and the handstand walks and all those gymnasty things.
So if you have some stay-at-home moms that are listening to this and they go, it's just too expensive, I can't put that proposition in front of our family and pay for it, is there a way, how would you say it's worth it? It's worth the conversation at home.
Oh my God.
Because that's a scary deal, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at
and what is your mental health?
$100 or whatever,
I think I've been seeing ads like that lately, and they do ring true. Like, you put the money into your insurance, and or you put it into yourself. It's going to end up. I think it's going to end up costing you more later in some way, and even like the way that you're affecting, the way that your thoughts and things are affecting your family right now from not working out or not having that outlet. There's a high price for that kind of thing. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, we're really, with all the classes that we have, it's really not that expensive. Well, I guess it is sometimes.
It's expensive. Like,
so?
just CrossFit in general is expensive.
Yeah.
because
But there's so
you're
many
looking at
classes
Planet Fitness for $15 a month.
Yes, but you don't get the coaching, and then
you don't get coaching, you don't get community,
you don't get
like the whole thing that takes over your whole lifestyle. Like, you don't get nutrition help, you don't get any of that.
Yeah.
You get like free pizza and bagels on certain days every week, which is pretty cool. And a water massager.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
can't do that.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, no. CrossFit is the quickest way to reach your goal.
Yeah.
It's the whole package. You don't have to go to like 3 different places or, buy a membership, Weight Watchers to figure out what to eat. We'll help you with that. I'll help you with that.
Yeah.
So I'll help anybody with that. So just hit me up. And
if you're on the fence, come talk.
And even if you're not close to
it
here, I'll find a good box for you to go to and the right coach. And
always reach out. Glad to help.
Yes, I'm a helper.
I'm a helper.
I'm the helping coach.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being on today's podcast.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks again for listening to the Barbell Voodoo podcast. Hey, if you don't mind on your way out, if you could go by Instagram and follow our page, Barbell Voodoo Podcast. It's brand new. It's part of the Barbell Voodoo family, and we would love for you to go follow us. You can also check me out at fitby40.blog. And otherwise, we'll see you next time.